Thanks for watching our videos. If you're listening to just the audio, head over to our website. We have the latest videos up every time. The one you're looking for is not there. Just head over to our YouTube page. That's where it'll be at. Don't forget, sign up for our newsletter. You get 10% off. You get exclusive weekly content and first chance at giveaways. And sometimes we might just give away stuff for free. Don't forget to follow us on social media for some good times too. Hope you enjoy. Live with love. This week, I've had this question a couple times and figured it's time to go over some of the basics. We're going to go over strength training 101. And we're talking from like a 0 level. So what we're talking about today is going to be using machines at any health club, even like a Planet Fitness. The very general basic setup, just getting started. Okay, this is for someone who has like little to zero experience or has been out for a long time and wants to get back into it slowly. So this is kind of the safe and good way to get yourself adjusted to any sort of strength or resistance training. Okay, so let's get into it. The basics of how to kind of build a strength program. And really, for already established, pretty much we're going to be sticking to the machines. Okay, things that are already really set up. The reason we're going to stick to machines for this is because this is little to no strength training. So what we want to do is limit the potential for injury essentially as we start to build some strength. So machines limit range of motion, which is good and bad. For our purpose, it's good. It allows someone to train in a range and keep it manageable and keep them safe without allowing them to kind of fall over. I mean, free weights are awesome because you start to build balance and work small stabilizers, but what we want to do is just build general strength. We're starting from basically ground zero. Okay guys, so we're going to start with the very easy stuff. So we're sticking to machines first off. So we've established, excuse me as I step around, we've established that we're sticking to machines. Okay? So the next thing is always, well, how many repetitions am I supposed to do? Like, how am I supposed to determine a weight? Okay, so there's a lot of different ranges that we can use. There's a lot of different rep schemes to use when it comes to strength training. The best one for most people to use is 8 to 12. Okay, we start to hit some muscular endurance and we also hit some strength, some hypertrophy. So that's why I tend to like it, especially for like the machine-based strength training. Okay. Best way to kind of figure out the weight is start light. I mean, it's one of those where try a set of 4 and see if it feels pretty easy, if it feels easy to moderate. So you're like, well, I could probably do this for quite a few. Stick with that weight, okay? Because I'm going to explain next how we kind of set what this little scheme is going to eventually look like, okay? Because we want to keep building on this. Okay, and then it's like, okay, well, I do 8 to 12 reps. Do I do that once? Do I do it twice? Do I do it 30 times? Easiest way is to go 2 to 4 sets or 8 to 12 reps. That's it. It is very simple, which makes it kind of overwhelming to people. So we have machines, 8 to 12 reps, 2 to 4 sets, and then the last thing to keep in mind is we go from our large muscle groups to small muscle groups. So we go from big things like our legs to our arms. So those are the 4 main keys to kind of building just a very basic strength training. These two can kind of change, obviously depending on goals and so forth, but this is pretty much an unchanged rule for any exercise regimen, working larger groups to smaller groups. Because smaller groups are stabilizers, and if you work them first, you fatigue them, you risk injury in large movements. Okay. So next, I'm going to show you kind of what this looks like all together. All right, guys. Finishing out our little Strength 101 basic program, how we're going to do this. Okay, so this is what it would kind of look like. Okay, we want to follow the most important principle first. Just going to start from large group to smaller group. So it would look like this. So it would start with like a leg press. Then I would move to like a chest press, which is going to include my pec, my shoulder, so anterior delt mostly, and tricep, okay, in particular. So multiple joints involved. Okay, that's the biggest thing. So if you think big arm muscle groups, you're like, well, what's a big muscle group? If you can't figure that out, does it involve more than one joint? If it does, do that before you do something that involves only one joint. Make sense? Okay. Then like my seated row. Then I would do like a bicep curl, tricep extension. Okay. Let's say I wanted to do a shoulder press. I would do my shoulder press right here after my seated row. I mean, I could do it after my chest press, but if I were to set it up this way, I would do my leg press, my chest press. I would then do my seated row, give a little bit of rest to my shoulder. Then I would go to my shoulder press. Then I could do my bicep curl, my tricep extension. Okay? And then if I wanted to do the leg extension and the leg curl, I can do those either before or in between. They're single joints, so I mean, as long as I do them after like my shoulder press, I can put them one in between, one between my bicep curl, my tricep extension, or one, or I can do them both after the tricep extension. I can do them both before, I do my arms. Doesn't matter. Basically, leg curl and extension are below my seated row. Easy enough. Multiple joint, multiple joint, multiple joint, shoulder press, multiple joint. Then I can mix those kind of however I want to. Give myself a little bit of rest from my legs or just go right through them. Depends. Okay? Grab this really quick. So next, weight. Bicep curl, tricep extension are going to be very low weights. Without being sexist, females, most likely you're going to be right around 15 to 20 pounds. Give that a shot for a couple sets. Yeah, you might be able to do more. I don't know. Just giving you kind of a starting point, see how it feels. Leg press. I don't know, keep it around 100 pounds. I really don't want to give you numbers because everyone's a little different. But start lower. So if you're like, well, I could probably do 150 pounds, don't start 150 pounds. I'm going to tell you right now. Start really conservative. Because it's better to not be too sore after your workout and be able to come back consistently than it is to be really sore, take a bunch of days off, come back, and do that over and over again because you're just starting from zero each and every single time because of the length of time that you come back between. It's pointless. So for most people, for the leg press, try and start around 100 pounds, maybe a little bit less. Okay. For the chest press, probably 50 to 60 pounds. For the seated row, probably 60, 70 pounds. Bicep curl, tricep extension, same thing. For the shoulder press, 20 to 30 pounds is most likely. And start with 2 sets. Okay. So next, we're going to get into our reps and sets. So let's say you do X amount of pounds. Okay. If I do X amount of pounds times 2 sets for all of them, doesn't matter what the weight is. Okay. So if I do this for 2 sets and I do 12 reps on all of them, there's 2 things I can do. Okay. I can either add an extra set and go from 2 sets to 3 sets, and then 3 sets to 4 sets. Okay, I can do that from one day to the next. Okay, or I can do That's our option A. Option B is I do the 2 sets, 12 reps, and I can add 5 pounds. I would add 5 pounds to something like the chest press, shoulder press for the seated row as well. For like the leg press, I would add 10 pounds. And then for like the bicep curl and tricep extension, maybe just 2.5 pounds. The leg press and the leg curl, I could do 5 pounds. Okay, bigger muscles can move more weight. Okay. So I can do that. That's my option. Okay, so that's the best way. So either A, I add an additional set, or B, the next time I come in, I add some weight. Okay. Now, determining reps. Everyone's favorite question is, how do I know when to increase the weight? My biggest suggestion is, the reason I like to give a repetition range is as opposed to a specific rep number. So basically, if I can do X pounds times 12 reps for 2 to 4 sets, okay, if I can do such a weight for that, I need to increase the weight. Okay. Now, if I can do, if I can't do, so if I can do 12, but if I can't do 8, so if I can do 7, if I can do 7 or less at a weight, it's too much for me. Put it that way. So I want to be somewhere between that range. Okay, so if I'm somewhere between 8 to 12, I can keep it at that until I hit the 12. If I hit 12, I'll go down. So I'll increase my weight, and my reps should kind of go down. If you can, each and every time, add a few pounds. Okay. So that looks like this. One, two, three, 4, 5. Doesn't matter how you want to order these. Okay, so this will be an L for lift. I will come every other day. So I can make this Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I can make this Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Whatever works with your schedule. Okay, but every other day is going to be a little better. There will be days where you have a 2-day spread. Perfectly fine, guys. Don't worry about that. Okay? So I want to come 3 days per week. Okay, if this is my absolute day 1, I start at X pounds. Okay, then I will have X plus 5, 2.5, or 10, depending on the exercise. Okay, pretty much it's X plus a couple pounds. Okay, so we'll put that equals our Y essentially. So then again, the next time I'm going to come in, I'm going to again add whatever weight I have and add a couple pounds. Okay, so I'm trying to increase little by little, but slowly keep increasing. So I'm on this linear progression. So my weight should always try and keep going up. I always want to try and go up. This can go for a long period of time, especially when you've just started. Okay. So my weight over time theoretically will be very linear. Okay. I tell you, for most people though, you're going to see more of this. In the very beginning, there's a bigger increase, and then it starts to plateau, kind of taper off a little bit. Eventually, this would kind of taper off to flatline, and that's when things would change. Okay, but you could ride that for a while. The very first changes that you're going to see are just neurological. You're starting to actually be able to send signals to all your muscle fibers to engage them to get stronger. So it's more of building neural pathways and not actually building like a bunch of strength. So you're actually being able to recruit these fibers. So in theory, though, we're following kind of this linear progression. We're slowly adding little by little over time as we go, right? So that's the basics of the program. No need to overthink them. Keep a record, okay? So make sure you write down what day it was. So write down your date, write down your sets and your repetitions for each of them and the weight that you did, okay? That way when you come back, you don't have to go, oh, well, crap, I forgot. How much did I do last time? Very common for people to do that, right? If you have any questions, need us to clarify anything else, or if you want to write up, just let us know. Shoot us an email, teamtrain@trainathletics.com, or write us a comment. Hit us up on like Facebook. Hit us up on Twitter. I'm not great at Twitter, but hit us up on Instagram too. Sign up for our email. We've got a big thing coming, guys, before the end of the quarter. We're excited. Check out our store. We've got a few items coming up. We've got a limited edition release of a t-shirt for you too. Just again, if you have any requests or questions, comments, concerns, feel free to let us know. As always, live with love. Enjoy the miles, guys. Take care.